Alright, you guys, Camp Coral episode 4 was pretty good. So this is the episode that sees the reappearance of Narlene, and she tries to get SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy to basically go to this uh little put put together version uh, of a camp made of dust, but 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 throughout the entirety of the first of this first part of the 2 episodes, uh, SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy, as well as Counselor Squidward and Mr. Krabs, are actually led to believe by not but by Narlene and other people that it's actually a nudist camp. And guys, I am not even joking. Now, as I said at the end of the episode, Narlene does clarify that it's actually just a little camp that her and her brother Nobby made out of their own dust. But but um but 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 Narlene does say to get to this nudist camp, uh, uh, all they have to do is find the statue at the far end of the woods that looks like Squidward, and 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 uh, and, and they'll get to see everybody in their birthday suit, literally. Um, so Mr. Krabs being worried that yeah, young campers si- 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 seeing a group of people in their birthday suit drags Squidward into the woods again on on, on what was actually supposed to be a activity free, very boring for the campers, but a very relaxing and non-expensive day for Squidward and Mr. Krabs ends up being an embarrassing one, because Squidward is once again dragged into the woods for another day of misery. And and we also get to see the 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 reappearance of Patrick in his actual starfish form, because at the end of the episode, Patrick decides to go all commando, if you will. And then the second episode, this is the episode uh where what where where Camp Coral Sandy and regular Timeline Sandy hook up after Camp Coral Sandy um, spends the majority of this second part of this episode supposedly working on her ultimate invention, the automatic campfire, which burns the first original copy of the Krabby Patty formula from Chef Plankton. So so none of the future timeline of SpongeBob gets interrupted. But basically the whole reason why the Krabby Patty formula is reintroduced here is because Plankton ends up mixing up the breakfast slop and serving it at dinner, instead of serving the dinner slop at dinner. And and for 2 very brief seconds in this episode, we actually do get to see Plankton basically reliving out some of his greatest moments of SpongeBob the original series in 2D form, and we get to see Sandy in 2D form saying, "Whew, I'm glad that's safe. Now the Krabby Patty formula can be rediscovered in the future, and everything's back to normal." Oh, and also, uh, now in Camp Coral's universe, guys, it's actually SpongeBob that gives Plankton the idea to start making his world famous chum, and we get to see the appearance uh, 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 of I guess a younger version of Karen. But this time instead of computer wife, Karen is Plankton's computer assistant. Uh, 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 and SpongeBob ends up being Plankton's uh, uh, assistant fry cook instead of the main fry cook. But again, thanks to Sandy's automatic campfire, the formula is burned and the timeline for the original SpongeBob, even though we all know there really is no timeline, really, is safe.